Hi, everyone. I cannot see it. Hi, I am Emmanuel Aldeguer, and I am the CEO and co-founder of OKP4. And I am thrilled to be here today with my teammates to answer to your question in this exciting AMA session. So please fasten your seatbelt and get ready to embark on the journey into the world of OKP4. It's great. And just for me, it's my first time on an AMA session, so I'm very excited about it. And I will give you in few words a short introduction about OKP4 and provide you a glimpse into our journey. We were motivated by two powerful sentiments to create OKP4. The first is the frustration of not being able to fully leverage and benefit from the immense value of data that remain untapped due to a lack of trust between different actors, individual or businesses who didn't want to share it. And you would just have to think back to the Cambridge Analytica scandals, and it exemplifies the challenges we sought to address. And the second feeling that drove us was a deep intuition that blockchain technology could be the solution for that. And it sparked our passion to embark in this transformative journey from the initial moment of ideation to the present day. Our incredible team has worked relentlessly to bring our vision to fruition. And we are proud to announce that we are on the track to launch our mainnet by the end of November 2023. And well, this is very exciting. So, in few words, what is exactly OKP4? OKP4 is a blockchain protocol that empowers both entities and individuals to establish on-chain governance, share off-chain resources, and build next generation of applications. It's truly groundbreaking. And for me, we can explain that akin to a reverse oracle. While conventional oracles deploy off-chain data to spark smart contracts, OKP4 flipped the script, triggering smart contract to activate off-chain resources. And this includes not only data, but also services, algorithm, and much more. And to make it possible, we developed our own protocol on Cosmos SDK, which is very important for us. And the community of Cosmos is very important. Christophe today is wearing a Cosmoverse Atom t-shirt. Yeah. And later on, Chris, our egoless CTO, and his talented protege, Arnaud, our blockchain architect, will delve deeper into the intricate workings of the protocol engine. We'll have also Anthony, our DevRel, and Theo, our head of ecosystem for the blockchain. And now it's time to embrace this transformative protocol, and we are thrilled to have the opportunity to answer your question and shed light on the incredible possibility of OKP4. So let's do it, and we are waiting for your questions. If there is some questions. Do we have some question? Not yet. So maybe we can start, maybe Chris and Theo.
Maybe you can speak about our little game.
Yeah, sure. Yes, Anthony. Yes, absolutely.
So I want to say we prepared a little game for you. We stored the reference of a YouTube link to a tutorial blooper in the ontology. So if you know about a little about OKP4, maybe you know what is the ontology, and in fact you will find the YouTube link and the complete and you have to complete the form in the YouTube description to get goodies, to get some gift. It's to find this YouTube link. It's all I can say to you. It's about Cognitarium smart contract. You have to query with the select method. Try to find out by yourself, but I will give you more clues about it later during the EMA.
Hey. So thank you, Anthony. So maybe Chris and Theo, maybe you can share the speech and say what are the brand new things.
Updates.
Yeah, news give us some updates about OKP4.
So exciting news on the development side, maybe. So if you follow the GitHub, you have noticed that we have released a new version of our blockchain with a lot of new exciting features and a lot of bug fixes. And for this, we'll make very soon a governance proposal to upgrade the chain. So we will call for all the validators for that. And we also released a new version of the smart contracts and mainly new features around the Cognitarium, which is our semantic storage, which is an essential pillar of the governance implementation. So stay tuned; it will be released, deployed very soon, I guess. And from this point, we will begin to start to play with it. It will be great. And let's be tuned.
Okay. Theo, maybe you want to talk about the events we'll participate?
Yes, because we're reaching a point now where the developments are mature enough to onboard builders and to let the world know about what we're building. Because as you know, we are still, let's say, quite I don't know, not silent, but we are not doing a lot of noise yet. It's coming, and that's the events that we're planning for the summer. We have the Awesome Wasm in Berlin. That is that of course we're gonna sponsor. We have keynotes there and also the hackathon. So that's going to be a huge opportunity for developers, builders of any kind to onboard and to learn about the protocol and to build their own applications on it or just specific elements, because as you know, the protocol is quite large. It can involve data, algorithm, any resource of the off-chain world. It can also be more focused on the smart contracts, on the rules themselves, or you can build applications on top of all of that. And so we have many kind of let's say task or challenges for any kind of developers. And so Awesome Wasm will be the opportunity for them to learn about that. And also then, so Awesome Wasm is from the 12th to the 16th of July. And then we have Nebula Summit in Paris. That is the week after, just after Ethereum CC. And so this will also be an opportunity for, we will have a keynote, we'll have the launch of the product, of the main interfaces, namely the portal. So the portal is all the interfaces to interact in a no-code way with the blockchain. And so we'll present that when the product demo happens, and we'll also have a workshop and a hacker house there. So the summer is really packed. The next, then after, there will be Cosmoverse in Istanbul, and so we are, let's say, slowly and not that slowly. I mean, quickly being more and more involved in the Cosmos ecosystem and beyond. And you will definitely learn more about what we're building and understand it better in the coming month, because we have a lot of things ready. Technical side to the events. And also, I mean, one important point is that we are going to focus a lot on the use cases, because that's something that we're working really on a project that is very technical, very complex, but we want to give the opportunity for everyone to understand what we're building, and we need to talk about use cases. So right now the tech is ready. Existing use cases are being migrated to the blockchain, and new use cases are coming. So I mean, it's going to be exciting, and we are going to show how OKP4 enables new things to happen through the blockchain.
Yeah, maybe we can speak about the builders program now. Yeah. Before all, I would like to say, like, as a developer relation engineer, I'm here to help the developer community. So if you want to build on the OKP4 protocol, I'm here to help you to understand the tech behind the protocol and to build upon it. And if you have technical questions, feel free to contact me, DM on Twitter or on Discord. You have also specific channels on the Discord. If you have any technical issues, don't hesitate to explain why you are blocking, and I will be here to help you. So now let's talk about the Builders program. We successfully launched the OKP4 Builders program 15 days ago. Maybe you're wondering what Builders program is and why there is so much energy and excitement around it. The Builders program is a set of technical challenges. We ask the developer community, I mean external developer or independent or from other companies, to learn about the protocol and to practice. Because especially in Web3, a blockchain success and value come from the community activity. I mean, Ethereum is great from a technical perspective, but what makes Ethereum successful is because all of application build upon it. It's because a lot of people from different companies develop the component and the tools to grow the usage. So we have to attract developers as you in the chat from around the world, and we should encourage all of you to focus on OKP4. So that's why to attract you builders, we will give you some economics incentives. That's why we have 2% of the no total supply. No is the token of the protocol. So 2% of the no supply is especially allocated for the builders, and we provide challenges to get these rewards. We have submitted in the Nemeton website multiple steps with real difficulties. So we are here to guide you to make the tech your own. And even if we need technical experts, we should onboard every committed developers, and we want to remove all possible pain points to retain all of you and to ensure you builders keep confident. So feel free to check out Nemeton, nemeton.okp4.network. We published the first 6 challenges, starting with a very, very basic task. I mean, it's just about creating an account and sending a no payment with the Keplr wallet. So it's very easy. The first task is very easy, and you will see tasks are more and more difficult, but for the next challenges of the Builders program, we invite you to install a binary to interact, a CLI to interact with the blockchain using your terminal. And once completed, you will have to focus on the Prolog language. We ask you to create a basic program as governance rules, and because the governance rules is very important in the OKP4 protocol. It's with Prolog you can define how you want to orchestrate the resources. So you will try with a little exercise how to store a Prolog program in the blockchain. So I'm sure you're absolutely interested in the no rewards, and the real first task to get no rewards is to write Prolog templates. So you have 24 hours left to get this reward. You can make it. You can make it. We have some builders who have completed all the tasks in less than 24 hours, so you can make it too. It's very common in Web3. I'm thinking about Arbitrum, for example, to gamify, and that's why we do too, because all completed tasks, all tasks you completed is rewarded with POP, with NFT badges. So we analyze the activity on chain and we send the NFTs for every eligible transaction. So we already have around more than 25 builders starting the challenges. So I invite you to check out the Nemeton website, nemeton.okp4.network, to start right now your journey. And you also get all the link and all the info in the last article from our blog, blog.okp4.network. Next step, on July 12, we'll publish new challenges. They will be more difficult, but the reward will be significant. So I recommend you to start with the onboarding task as soon as possible, so you don't miss a train. The developer experience is very important to us, and to help builders to complete the task, we published the most essential tutorial, allowing anyone to get started. We have textual tutorials, but also videos featuring our code architect, right?
Yeah, thank you for your good introduction to
Yes.
the Builders program. So, hi everyone. Just to complete your little introduction, I just wanted to mention that if you want to participate, we have various resources available to help you understand and learn how the protocol works. You can find those resources on our documentation website at docs.okp4.network. You'll find a range of tutorials designed to assist you. These tutorials provide step-by-step guidance, including provided commands to quickly get your hands on. And additionally, you'll have video tutorials that provide detailed explanation of the protocol's architecture, along with practical demo examples. We also published several articles on Medium that you may find interesting to read. So if you need assistance at any time, please don't hesitate to reach out to us on Discord. We'll be happy to help you. And talking about the video tutorials, we have an Easter egg, a blooper that is that you may be able to find by exploring the Nemeton network. So maybe you have something to say about that.
We can give a second clue if you agree.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So to remind you, we store the reference of a YouTube link to a tutorial blooper in the ontology. Find the YouTube link and complete the form in the YouTube description to get a free gift. So the second clue is I may have stored the YouTube link in a smart contract from code ID 7, and as there is only one smart contract in this, it should be easier. Okay. But it's not that easy.
Because it could be easy to find a contract, but not to query it.
Yeah, so I recommend you to go on explore.okp4.network, Cosmosm menu, code ID 7, and you will find out one smart contract. You have to query on it, and you have to dig in the smart contract GitHub repository in the Cognitarium code to understand how you can select the data. But it's about ontology, it's about
querying
RGF triples. So maybe you can find out how to find the link. But stay tuned, we will give you the more clues if nobody get it. So maybe some questions.
Maybe Arnaud, you want to follow on the Builders program and to give some additional elements?
Yeah, just to continue about the tutorials,
Yes.
We will continue to record new tutorials and to publish new videos and new textual tutorials. So continue to be tuned. You will have some information on the new smart contracts and how to query them. Typically, the Cognitarium. We will make a video on the ontology and explaining how to interact with this contract. And yeah, stay tuned, and maybe you have information for the next steps for the development. No.
Do we have some question or?
No.
On Twitter, we had some question on Twitter, I heard.
Yeah, we had some question, but it's to going back on the roots of OKP4, and I mean the question was what's the advantage from using a system like OKP4 over current solutions? So first of all, we have to identify what are the current solutions, and it's a bit complicated. And because blockchain data landscape is indeed crowded with various approaches and solutions. And however, we want to clarify that our approach differs significantly from other projects in the space, as we focus on governance rules that are an enabler for various data infrastructure to interact with each other and to become interoperable. While many projects concentrate on developing blockchain infrastructure to store or to sell data like data marketplace, we aim to create the perfect environment to enable data providers and service providers to collaborate effectively to eliminate implicit trust and share value created by their collaboration. And so this is really the aim of OKP4, and our solution offers a unique value proposition that addresses the critical need for trust and cooperation between different stakeholders, whoever they are. And we are agnostic, and our agnostic approach, like ours, will undoubtedly benefit from the success and innovation of other blockchain data infra projects, and benefit them too, providing new opportunities for synergies between this project. and we were in a gateway to Cosmos in Prague, and we met a lot of guys. I'm thinking about Lava. I'm thinking about Checked, Kive, Secret Network, Polymer, Subquery also. Subquery would be very, very useful for us. And all these guys, they are providing elements that can be built on and that can be gathered on OKP4 to create, tremendous application. And this is something great. And this is why OKP4 is mind-blowing. Isn't it, Christophe?
Totally subscribe. Yeah.
We had, if there is no question, you want to add something about the no?
No, I think
you had something to add?
I think you resumed very well.
Yes. Okay. maybe Theo, you can talk about the interaction in between the project that we can have.
Yes.
For example, Lava
yeah.
or Subquery.
Just to mention regarding Subquery, we're starting to create a new project for the first implementation of indexing of the OKP4 protocol. So the project is publicly available, so everyone can follow it. And it will be very important because we plan to be able to support querying of the semantic layer and the ontology by itself through Subquery. So let's stay tuned. We'll see.
Yeah. And thank you, Damien. There is a very good question from Damien on the chat. Yeah. Thanks, Damien, for your question. It's very important to have feedback and question from the community.
Yeah, maybe to finish on that side with the partnerships before answering the question. What's really important to understand is that through the protocol, anything can be shared, and we are within the Cosmos ecosystem. So definitely we have opportunities to partner with other chain and other networks that are providing off-chain resources of any kind. And so some protocols are, building networks for decentralized storage, some others for decentralized computation, some others for credential verification. All these different protocols today, they are building their own network that is very specialized for example, Akash for decentralized computation. What we're bringing is the, governance layer to enable them to interact with each other and to build applications on top of all of them, at the same time. So we are going to benefit a lot from these existing ecosystems because they already have the network effects. For example, Akash in decentralized computation, Kive for storage, Secret Network if we want to do some specific, computation over there. Or there are many opportunities to leverage all these different things, and we create the perfect environment to define the rules and to basically align the interest and create the trust between all these different protocols to interact with each other. So that's why partnerships is going to be something very big, and that we are enabling new things to happen through this. So that's why it's very important. The question.
So now answer the question of Damien. Is there a mechanism in place to detect malicious data spaces or actors stacking a large amount of tokens on the malicious service, which could be considered valuable by the system due to a high quantity of stacking as a proof of credibility service? Is there a mechanism to prevent such scenarios?
What's important to understand is that there are different concepts in the protocol, and one that is important is the zone. So a zone is a set of rules. I think you mentioned it in the next questions. The zone that before we said it was data space. Now we changed the word for zone, but it's the same thing. It's a set of rules, and within that zone, you can define some rules. So in that question, you're mentioning someone staking a lot of tokens on the malicious service. So there can be within the rules there can be a mechanism that is a governance mechanism, basically to define what is a malicious service, because it's very difficult to, you can't automatize that. You can't put a bot create a piece of code that says this is malicious or not. You need to have kind of consensus, social consensus to do that. So that's a rule that can be designed as, okay, if there is a consensus among certain participants, then this guy will be slashed or the tokens will be slashed as according to the consensus that there is. So we're building the engine to define and interpret the rules, and then the builders will have the responsibility to design the rules well. That's not ours.
For example, it can be a rules to define that all the services as to be checked by a third trust party, or as to prove that they are already working somewhere else. Or like, for example, we are working a lot with people like Gaia X, or who are developing standards. So you can ask that the services that are used are entering in the standards defined by Gaia X or by any other people or any other third trust party. And this is very important. I hope this answered your question, Damien, because there is also another question of Damien. How is privacy ensured within the data space or the zone? Is there a kind of proof of identity necessary for accessing data space, or only on connecting the authorized wallet, and that's it? So I think you will answer this, like the same answer.
That's the same answer. I mean, if you want a zone that is completely closed with only approved participants who can, for example, trigger workflows or share resources, I mean, you can define that in the rules. If you want a zone that is completely open to anyone, decentralized in its governance, you can also do it. I mean, that's the magic of the thing, is that you can do what you want.
Yeah.
And we are building the protocol to create your zone and to share your own resources. But you can do anything.
I think what is important to have in mind is that OKP4 is not an app. It's a protocol, and as a protocol, that means that it's a communication protocol. It's made to make people communicate in between each other to define the rules they want. So it's not the protocol who will define the rules for you and for the builders. Definitely, it's the builders who will be able to define any kind of rules they want. So this is something very important. Like the next question is, how can we ensure that the person accessing the data is indeed the authorized individual specified to have access? Maybe Chris, you can answer to that question to give some clue to how to make it possible. Like, for example, with other services, like, I don't know, services. Access services.
Yeah, there are different solutions regarding this. The most important thing, I think, and this is something that has been mentioned by Theo, is about the identity. So identity is very important, and for this we are using decentralized identities through which we can express different kinds of identities and authentication mechanism. The classic one and the more Web3 ones. For instance, using a wallet, but this is only one way to be authenticated using the decentralized identities. So once we have the identity and the authentication, we can consider the authorizations, and for this there are different scenarios depending on the different services that are provided to the protocol. One way is to use I would mean the security mechanism provided by the service by itself. So for this perspective, we have to make a bridge between the securization of the services and what is being said in the blockchain regarding the authorization. And the second one is to deploy simply an intermediary, a network intermediary, which act as a gateway, control access through different kind of services, and which will be in charge of performing the different evaluation of the authorization regarding the different governance rules that have been decided for the service.
And for example, there is a complementary question is, what happens if a service goes down in the middle of a process, or what happened for that?
Yeah, this question is more general. In fact, it's about the CIA, so it's about the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of the services. So each time you provide a service to the protocol, you have an explicit agreement for this service to perform several kind of expectations, and one of them is the availability of the service. So it depends, in fact, once again, about the different rules that have been defined for zone. But if the service is involved in the execution of a workflow, and for some reason it doesn't respond, there is some effects that will be produced depending on what has been decided on the zone. But it could be, for instance, slashing some tokens that have been stacked on these services, and so on. So almost everything is possible through governance, because we have all the power to express I would say, all the different kind of transaction on the blockchain. So if we're staking on the service, we can decide by the effect of the contract after the evaluation of the condition, be able to decide to slash a service.
I hope that we answer more precisely. Damien, don't hesitate to give us your feedback and to complete your question, of course. And I think we have a winner.
Yeah, we have a winner. Congrats, Dory. He found the YouTube link, but you can also on your site find out too. We can have multiple winners. We have multiple gifts.
So there are still.
The
game is still on.
Gift left. Yes. So congrats, Dory.
Congrats, Dory.
Congrats. It's also Dory is a good builder too. He provided multiple product templates, so he will get rewarded with no tokens. So congrats to him.
I think maybe as we answer to the question by the fact that we have a lot of it depends of the rules and the governance. Maybe Chris and Arnaud, you can explain, let's say, go deeper into the architecture of how it works and how, for example, the protocol is interpreting the rules with the Prolog elements and so on.
Yeah,
You start.
I start first. So yes, in fact, it may appear complex, but it's not, in fact, because every element that composes the whole architecture can be explained in simple words. So at the heart of the protocol, there is the Prolog. So Prolog, what is it? It's just a logic language. It's a language, so it's a way of expressing some things, and it's logic. So through the expression we can express, we can evaluate to true or false. So this is a very simple way of expressing rules using this language, and it serves as a basis to express the governance rules in the protocol. Once we have defined a language and a way to interpret the expression, we can consider them as the law for the expression of the governance, and we put them into smart contracts, which is immutable, so that we can refer at any time and any place. So how does it work concretely? Each time we have to do something in a protocol, we just ask to the Prolog interpreter to tell us if the action is legitimate or not, if we are able to do it or not, and if so, we proceed with the transaction, and if not, we reject. So basically, it's almost the same that every control and authentication system we have in the Web 2, but transported to the Web3 world, and executed on-chain by the power of the smart contracts. Maybe you can...
Yeah, I think the important thing to understand is that with the Prolog interpreter and the power of the ontology, we are able to express a lot of different rules, and through the protocol you can define any rules and any way to access your services or data sets. In the way you can define any governance rules. The protocol by itself is very open, and we will need in future years to develop some standards to integrate infrastructure in the protocol, because there is a whole field of possibility we can explore and use. So we need to create some best practices, good practices to use the protocol.
Maybe we can demystify what the ontology is, because it can be no,
it's a private joke in the company. What is ontology?
So what is an ontology? So once you understand what an ontology is, you lose the capability to explain it. So no, in fact, the ontology in the KP4 protocol is just a data model. So it's a way of structuring and organizing the data in a specific structure, so that we can keep the semantic layer of the information. And the organization is a representation of a graph, so it's easier to reason about and to query it, mainly through the Cognitarium smart contracts. So if you have to just learn something about the ontology, we just have to remember that it is just a data model, which is a graph, in fact.
Yeah, actually, in the architecture at a higher level, it's very simple. We have only three pillars, which are the law, with which we can express all the rules. We have the ontology, which is the protocol database. We can say that, and we have the last pillar is the orchestration. The orchestration is the layer in which we will have the communication between the decentralized protocol and the outside resources, the external resources, which are the services and datasets and so on. And to talk a little about the orchestration, we will publish an article soon, very soon, about that, and also some video tutorials. So keep keep in touch about that.
Cool. Maybe we had some question also about the complexity of interact with the CLI and on the terminal, and when there will be user interfaces to interact with the protocol.
Yes, I think it will be the subject of the next challenges for the builders program. Yes, it's convenient to use. It's not very convenient to use the CLIs and the terminal, even for very easy tasks. So we'll focus on building user interfaces. So if you want to get ahead, you can start on your side to start building some user interfaces to interact with different smart contracts deployed on OKP4, and in a few days we'll publish the challenges, what we expect. But you can train, you can try on your side before publishing the changes.
And also regarding the ontology and the Cognitarium smart contract, there will be technical details and tutorial maybe to come?
The last task was an easy task because it's just an insertion in Cognitarium. The Cognitarium is a smart contract where you can store the ontology. It's like the smart contract database. And yes, we have no tutorials, no technical documentation, because everything's going fast and we can't publish something because it won't be up to date. So we can announce you new video will come soon with our famous Arnaud. I would say in like more than 10 days, maybe 2 weeks. Sorry, in 2 weeks you can expect a new video tutorials, and also we will publish the written tutorial with command. You will just have to copy paste to get started.
Okay, you mean that there will be new bloopers?
Yeah, I think so. I think we can make a lot more blooper than videos.
New bloopers, so new gifts. So stay tuned.
It's a series.
Yeah, but definitely the next video will be very interesting because you will be able to interact with the ontology through the Cognitarium smart contract to insert data and to query it, and we will see how we can query the Cognitarium from Prolog programs, and that will be very interesting, I think.
Yes.
Serious stuff.
At least it's exciting to me.
Okay, I think
dream about this too.
we said a lot of stuff. Maybe some of you guys have something to add?
I have nothing in my mind. Thanks for your participation.
I think yes, it was pretty good experience. It was 40 minutes. We try to renew this experience soon, maybe after our events.
Yes. We can thank Damien for all these questions.
Thank you very much, Damien.
Yeah. Thank you, Damien.
It means a lot.
Thank you. Comment about the Frenchies.
Yes, and the accent, which we are taking it very très seriously.
With 8 French flag.
So it was a pleasure to have you online, and Hope to see you
Yeah.
soon on the events. Don't hesitate to join us on the Discord. Of course, we have the Telegram. It will be we'll be very happy to answer to questions, to your remarks and comments and everything. So
Yes.
don't hesitate to give us your feedback. Thank you very
And
much.
I'm going
Bye
to
bye,
give-
Philodrid.
I'm going to send the solution.
Yes.
All you have to do to get the YouTube link, and the first one to complete the form in the description of the YouTube link will
We'll have a
win.
gift.
Yes.
Right.
So stay tuned. I will send you all this.
Bye bye, everyone. It was a pleasure.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.